where our correspondent Kelly Egiga is standing by to give us an update of what is happening around. Hello, Kelly. It's good to have you. What is going on at the moment?
Right, Anne, Jeff, and Kayode, good morning, Nigerians. Precisely, our location is a very popular.
Somehow a good thing, somehow not so good, especially because we know that you have employed over 3,000 staff who will be affected by this. How do you really feel about this demolition?
Well, it's very difficult to describe because let me try to create the sentiment from it. So Landmark is a business I started 27 years ago. I started it in Europe, went to America, came into Africa, and made a debut in Nigeria in 2003. And we bought this site in 2007, so a good 17 years ago. Over the period of time, we sold our European and American business, introduced all the money into Nigeria. I have borrowed and raised capital in excess of $100 million. So it's my life's work. So there's that emotional part to it. And that's quite painful because I'm back to Nigeria all the way. So to do that, I've received thousands of calls from people and thousands, goodwill messages, people I don't know. I've had 3 presidents in Africa call me. I've had 2 former presidents. It's painful. Having said that, this is something we recover from for the simple reason that, we are having discussions.
All right, so maybe you can bring us up to speed with this conversation. This is about the Lagos-Calabar coastal highway.
That's got to do with the routing of the 700-kilometer east-west road, right. And the portion somewhere in Lagos where they said some interest will be affected, and the minister has come. The Minister of Works has come on television, on national TV, last week to say that not quite so, and that maybe this individual is trying to, to raise dust where none ought to. Well, I do not have a 360 degrees understanding of the contradictions involved at this moment. But what I can say is that, going to Nigeria is our land of birth for some of us. We so much love the country, and in trying to go back there to do business, we had our fingers burnt. Yes, very difficult. A thing to say. Even when you go to the law court and you get restraining order against the government in Nigeria, because Nigeria is a place where strong men are in charge instead of strong institutions. Such rulings, such injunctions, whether perpetually or in the interim, saying the government of Nigeria should not do this, are hardly respected. And I'm saying this as somebody who put in some sizable amount of money, sometimes borrowed from family, friends, or some ad savings. And then they will come. So the minister has promised that, he does not think that the construction would affect this individual's business.
But it's going to affect interest. They're going to demolish. That is a fact at this point, right? I don't think it's...
but the minister is saying, it's just going to be about the coastline, and expressing feelings about what some traditional ruler, a traditional ruler feels, and some violence and all that. But I suspect from the tone, and as somebody who has experienced this before in Nigeria, this is going to be really hard for this Nigerian individual who has brought in so much money from abroad to initiate that kind of investment in Nigeria now is going to be demolished.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot relate with the pain. When it happened to me, when the administration of the late Governor Akeredolu did that to my media center in Akure, it was really bad. Even now we are still in court. They never respected what the court said. They went in there with their son, Babajide, and they took over the operation. Even I had a duly signed contract with the property, what's it called? The property agency run by the state government. In spite of that subsisting and legitimate contract, Chastity Loye, the Attorney General of the state, in active connivance with Babajide Akeredolu and all those strong people, they displaced me. They mauled down my investment there. They were not looking at the fact that, how did this blind man raise the money to do what he was doing there? They did not look at the interest being catered to in terms of young people that were given jobs. So here, since I do not have a total understanding of what is involved, and we don't want to be speculative, Ola, what we will encourage the government of Nigeria to do is to make sure that they work out the details, fine-tune the edges, make sure that this man, remember, is just a private business owner.
Yeah, let me even bring you a little bit up to speed. Maybe this could help a little bit. The Chief Executive Officer of Landmark Africa Group, Paul Onwuanibe, has stated that the construction of Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway may not affect the Landmark Beach Resort. He said this on his official X, formerly Twitter account, addressing growing public concerns and media scrutiny regarding the highway construction and its potential effect on Landmark's beach operations. Now, another report here says 15.6 trillion naira project without including cost of railway is a highway to fraud. Atiku knocks Umahi. I wanted to share that with you.
Dave Umahi is the Minister of Works.
Minister of Works. Okay. Yes.
See,
so
if you look at
knocking that.
Let me tell you, if you look at the logic of the argument and submission of Dave Umahi last week on national television, he was practically saying that certain measure of of land stretching to the Atlantic by international law would automatically belong to the government of the Federation of Nigeria. That to me signals the fact that whether this man has invested a lot, whether he entered into that place, if the acquisition was genuine or otherwise, they have made up their mind. They will do what they want to do. That is the way they operate. And when they accuse those of us abroad of having no good job, doing nothing good other than maybe menial jobs, something Nigeria cannot even provide for us, that it is when we get tired and we are lonely and miserable, that is when we put our hands on the keyboard and do all kinds of social media content and what have you, that we don't love Nigeria. We love Nigeria. We want the country to prosper. We want the citizens to do well. But when the signals that come from there shows that that country has enacted a law against 419, and yet the mode of operation by the country and its leaders point out to a 419 mentality. What do you want us to say? What do you want us to say? You know? And people would have to be cautious, because all that we say now, they will not look at the merit of our analysis. When we come to Nigeria, what they want to do is to sit us down, question, and probably charge us to court for treason or what have you.
Really?
How do you think you can? Oh yes. How do you think you can run a country like that?
Anything stupid? Yeah, I know.
How do it happened. It happened to me before. It happened to many other people, many of my colleagues before.
We know.
When they have to put us on the watch list of DSS or SSS, whatever they call the organization, just because we reported on the sickness and eventual death of President Umaru Yar'Adua. No country runs like that. You give your what's it called, your citizens a huge stretch in terms of mental health, not telling them the truth at all times. I think they will be truthful. I think they will be transparent how they handle this matter between landmark investment and the federal government of Nigeria. Everybody is praying for the government of Nigeria to succeed, but they must go about it with integrity and honesty.
Absolutely. All right, good. Thank you so much for that. Do us a favor, leave your comments, your opinions. Let us know what you think about this. And then we'll see you. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, and follow us as well. We'll see you in about 20 seconds.
Thank you so much, everyone, for staying with us. Yesterday, we reported to you what some lawmakers said